Good morning, Quad Cities. We are going to have a pretty decent morning and afternoon with dry skies. Nice to see the sunshine out there this morning. That sun is going to bring in some pretty hot conditions for us. Combined with the humidity too, it's going to feel like the middle of summer, honestly. We also are going to see a chance for some more storm activity heading into later on this evening and tonight. We do have an elevated risk, a level 3 out of 5 threat for most of our hometowns to see severe storms later on. The rest of us in that level 2, all of us regardless, need to be on guard for those storms later on. Damaging winds are going to be that main threat. We'll continue to keep an eye on this threat, but again, up to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts definitely a possibility heading into this evening and tonight. Hail definitely a little more elevated as well, but that significant 2-inch threat is going to remain off in central Iowa. And then when it comes to tornadoes, we can't rule out 1 or 2 isolated tornadoes, especially on that eastern Iowa side. Again, we have to watch for the incoming storms later on this evening, and we'll continue to bring you updates as we learn them too. In the meantime, it's just going to be sunny, muggy, warm this afternoon, highs heading to the upper 80s. We could definitely hit our first 90-degree day of the year, but that humidity kind of makes it a little harder to get those temperatures to rise quicker. But regardless, it's going to feel a little like summer for sure. As we head into tonight, we're going to start to see those storm chances creep in. It does look like we're going to hold off the storm chances at least through the early evening hours. I think we're going to really start to see that coverage build through the late evening hours and especially going towards midnight tonight. You can see these scattered showers and storms starting to build in around 10 p.m. this evening. It's going to continue to advance as we get to around midnight. We'll have another line kind of pushing in around 3, 4 o'clock tomorrow morning, but it looks like we are going to see the storms push off to the east by the time we hit sunrise Monday morning. But regardless that time frame, we could still see a couple of severe thunderstorms during this line as we get into around 3 or 4 o'clock tonight, very, very early tomorrow morning. Here's a look at Monday afternoon. It does look like we're going to dry things out, at least for Monday afternoon, and get some peaks of sunshine here and there. Highs are going to be a little bit cooler for us, around 80 degrees, but we are going to throw in another chance of some storms as we head into Monday evening. Right now, no concern for severe storms with this chance, but we'll continue to monitor it very closely. Here's a look at that future track rain. Of course, we are also concerned of adding any more heavy rain to the Mississippi River as it's already overwhelmed. But the good news is we're only expecting around 1 to 2 inches at most for hometowns, especially off to the north and to the south of the Quad Cities. But there could definitely be some pockets of rain getting up to around 2 to 3 inches of rain. However, we're not too concerned about that overwhelming the rivers even more. But again, that's another thing we're going to watch pretty closely here over the next couple of days. At least for the middle of the work week, we're going to track in a pretty pleasant stretch of weather. Those highs are going to be around 80 degrees and some lower humidity before we start to track in yet some more activity and active weather as we head into next weekend. For more information, you can go on to WQAD.com or download that WQAD News 8 app.